Okay, I'm going to do my best to put together a quick review video for graphing absolute value functions, just kind of understanding these functions in their general form, being able to describe a given function or graph as well. So just a quick review. This is our general form, y equals a times the absolute value of x minus h plus k. Just real quick, a is still the scale factor. It either shrinks if it's between 0 and 1, or it's a stretch if it's greater than 1. And it can also reflect the graph over the x-axis or make it open down if it's a negative value. H is the horizontal shift, and it's always x minus h, and so that's still causing some confusion with some students. So if I have x minus 3, h would actually have a positive value of 3, so it would shift it to the right, but it would look like x minus in the equation. And k is the vertical shift, and that is kind of what you see is what it is. So if it's plus 4, it's going up 4. If it's minus 2, it's going down 2. So here's an example that I've kind of already marked and labeled. So we have y equals 2/3 the absolute value of x minus 4 plus 3. And so the 2/3 is between 0 and 1, so it's a shrink. We call it a shrink. What it does is kind of flatten out or compress the graph, so it actually makes it look wider because it takes longer to get big outputs. H is 4, so we have a shift to the right 4, and then k is 3, so it moves the graph up 3. And our vertex is always hk. So h is 4, k is 3, so our vertex is at 4, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3. So there's our vertex. A was positive, so we know it opens up. And then that scale factor kind of gives us the slope of each branch. So up 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3, and I can draw that branch. Up 2, over 3, so I can draw this branch. Here's another one. Probably a little too tight on my screen, but all right, so it's negative, so it's opening down. It's a reflection over the x-axis. Now we have 2x plus 8, and so this is one of the examples we did on the second day where we need to factor out the 2. X can't have that coefficient of 2 right next to it. We have to separate that. So we factor out the 2, or do the distribution property in reverse. So as you can see, I'm pulling the 2 away from the 2x and 2 out of the 8. So I'm leaving 2 times the quantity x plus 4. So now I can think about h accurately here. So 2 is still a stretch component, so it's going to make it a little bit steeper. And then because it was x plus 4, what we're actually seeing is x minus a negative 4. It's always minus in this general form, so we're going to move to the left 4 units. And then I just left k out of this one, so k is 0, so there's no vertical shift. So we have a reflection, we have a scale factor of 2, which is going to stretch it 2, make it a little bit steeper, and then we're a translation to the left 4. So if we think about the parent function would kind of have this shape out here, right at the origin, and now it's being shifted to the left, so the vertex is going from the origin over here to negative 4. It's not moving up or down, but then it is reflected. That's why this opens down. And then it makes it a little bit steeper. My graph's not great here because it's a kind of a homemade grid, but the graph is a little bit steeper. So we're going down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And that's how we get those 2 branches to draw. All right, there's some review pieces there. Let's kind of take a look at a couple graphs and see how quickly I can do these. So we have absolute value of x minus 3, so really quick, we're looking at this, and we're going, okay, h has to be a positive 3, k is a negative 2, so we know where our vertex is. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now a is just 1, so there's no scale factor, there's no shrink, so everything's just up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, so it just makes that normal kind of slope of 1 or negative 1 on this left branch. So that's pretty basic. So just with the shift horizontally and shift vertically, and then we can draw our branch. And they should always make a V there was a few students, where the shape of the absolute value was either just a line or it kind of had misshapen V, but they should be symmetric. Absolute value is a symmetric graph, so we have this line of symmetry going down through the vertex, so it should be balanced. All right, here's the second one. Now here's one where we need to factor out the 3, so we really want to think about this as factoring out that 3, so it's x plus 1. Now this is very similar to what was on the quiz, so if you have to make a correction, take a look at this. Factor out the 3, so I'm really moving, again, that's a -1, that's to the left 1 because it's minus h. So we're going to the left 1, and then this is not moving up or down at all, k is 0, but we still have this. Just because we factor that out doesn't mean it disappears, and that's a scale factor, so it's going to stretch, so the graph's going to get steeper. It's going to get bigger faster, so up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1 to the other side, and so we have this V shape that is stretched vertically. So it kind of makes it tall and skinny where the compression or shrink makes it like shorter and wider. And what that's doing is just has an impact on the outputs of the function. Okay, so it should look like that. And here's the last one. Real quick, so looking at this, this is not shifted to the left at all. It is moved down 3, so it's just 1, 2, 3. So that vertex is at 0, -3, and again, this is a stretch of 4, so up 4 over 1. So it's going to be an even steeper graph than our last one. But I think one thing that would help some of you is if you're going to use a table, again, to help with the table, you always want to find the vertex still, because there's some students that were, graphing some points, but they were only getting points on one side of the branch because you weren't kind of going to the other side, like in this example, like finding that vertex at 3, 2 and getting points over here as well as over here. And if you just start picking points around the origin, you only get one branch. All right, so there's 3 quick graphs. And the last thing I want to kind of put in here is, a quick describe, just so we can kind of shore some of this up. So we have a few things going on. So this problem would, if it was a 1-point problem, we'd have a 1/4 point for each piece. So I would expect that you would mention something that this is reflected, and it is a shrink of 1/3. You could say compression as well, and then recognizing that this is actually x minus a -2, so we should also say it's going left, or horizontal shift left 2 units. And then the last piece is, this is a vertical shift, and you could say down 5 units. So 4 things going on here. Okay, it's reflected, shrink of 1/3, it's moving left 2 units and down 5 units. So there's a quick recap for those of you that need to do some of the corrections on the quiz, and hopefully that helps.